Deshaun Watson being suspended 6 games, it's like giving probation to Jeffrey Dahmer. Wait till the end for you to hear why I believe that, and also why I believe Tony Busby, the lawyer that's represented these 24 women, has an ace up his sleeve still. I don't believe this is the end of the Deshaun Watson saga, criminally or civilly or NFL-wise. So in the context of NFL suspensions, I want to go through 3 examples of past suspensions so we have something to compare them to when we look at Deshaun Watson. Now remember, Deshaun Watson, he had dozens of lawsuits filed against him. 20 of the 24 accusers he's finally settled with. There's still, I believe, 4 outstanding. So in comparison, Ray Rice. Remember Ray Rice beat his girlfriend in an elevator and dragged her out by the hair. Well, he got suspended indefinitely, but then he filed an appeal, and 2 months later he won that appeal, but he's never played in the NFL again. So in the 2 months, let's just say he would have played 4 or 5 games. Maybe say 6 games. Okay, similar suspension for Deshaun Watson. We have video proof of Ray Rice beating his wife, and then you got 24 accusers, okay? How about Ben Roethlisberger? This one I think is more accurate. In 2010, he got 6 games. In April of 2010, 2 women accused him of sexual assault. 2 women accused him, no criminal findings, no civil lawsuits or anything like that. He got 6 games. That was 2010. So 12 years later, Deshaun Watson has 24 accusers, and he gets the same punishment. Ezekiel Elliott, more recent, 2017, he got 6 games too for using physical force against his ex-girlfriend 3 times over 5 days, injuring her. Okay, well, again, 6 games. Ezekiel Elliott allegedly assaulted his ex-girlfriend 3 times over 5 days and got 6 games. Doesn't seem fair, doesn't seem reasonable. This is the problem with the NFL, man. It's always money over morals. That's the NFL, money over morals. Whatever can bring in the money, morals. Now, let's look at the timeline, because this is very telling for what you're gonna see. Money over morals, okay, let's see. January 28th, Deshaun Watson asked for a trade from the Texans. March 16th, 2021. This is the first time Tony Busby announces that there's going to be a civil lawsuit filed against Watson. So, March 16th, 2021, over a year ago, he could have settled these claims. He could have settled them. They would have been done. Who knows what would have resulted from civil, criminal, and NFL at that time, but I feel like it's very safe to say that it would have been less harsh than today. Okay, March 17th, the first lawsuit filed against Deshaun Watson. March 18th, 2021, NFL opens its investigation. So the NFL conducted its investigation, and it took, 15, 16 months they investigated it, which isn't going to be made public. And we know that former U.S. district judge was assigned to this from the NFL, and she reviewed the findings of the NFL, and she was the one who came up with a 6-game suspension. A female federal judge reviewed all the findings of the NFL, which obviously we don't know what findings she reviewed yet, or if we will ever know, but 6 games, okay? So then March 19th, Watson's lawyer, Rusty Hardin, issues a statement, keep an open mind as we move through this. And listen, this is voluminous, these events. Sports Illustrated did a great job doing a timeline, and it's full of stuff. I'm pulling out the highlights. March 11th, so about a year after all of this happened, Watson invokes the 5th. And remember my analysis on this. We'll hit it right now.
On the advice of my lawyer, I assert my rights under the 5th Amendment.
Busby clearly knows that Watson has lied, possibly under oath, about his whereabouts at this particular time. Or Watson would have 0 reason to invoke the 5th Amendment. The 5th Amendment is the constitutional right not to incriminate yourself. So doesn't it make the logical assumption then that he's basically saying he's guilty of something? You could make the argument, hey, he's worried about maybe guilt. He's not saying he's guilty, fair enough, but then still has a guilty mind, right? March 11th, the grand jury returns 9 no bills of criminal complaints, meaning grand jury said, hey, there's not enough evidence here to prosecute. So I guess that's in Deshaun Watson's favor. So March 13th, money over morals, right? March 13th, the race to land Watson sweepskates begin. Some of the teams: Saints, Panthers, Colts, Browns, Falcons. Money over morals, right? As soon as there was no criminal, it didn't matter about the civil. Didn't matter what the NFL did, didn't matter what this US district judge did. It didn't matter. Money over morals. March 18th, 2022. So all this is happening now in rapid succession since the no bill on the criminal charges came back. March 18th, Cleveland, this is money over morals. 5 years, $230 million. However, they structure the contract so he'll make just $1 million this season if he's suspended, meaning for every game he's suspended, he forfeits $55,556. So 6 games, so what's that? I'm bad at math. 340,000. It's how much it cost them. Money over morals. Like, how do you even let that contract fly? Maybe they should institute something to say that in the future. You can't structure a contract like that, but the NFL didn't. Because why? Roger Goodell, the commissioner, he's paid by the NFL owners. The NFL owners want to make money. So this is the problem, man. You're sending a horrible message, the NFL is. Hey, don't worry, man. If your morals are screwed up, if your ethics are screwed, if you put yourself in bad situations where normal humans would lose their entire livelihood, you know what? You know how to throw a football, kid. It's bullshit. March 17th, 2022. There's like 3-4 pages of just March 2022. It is reported at pretrial deposition, the quarterback, Deshaun Watson, admitted that a massage therapist cried after one of her sessions. I've had massage therapists. Not one of them have cried. Not one. My wife has. I know many people have. I run a practice where people go to physical therapists all the time. I've deposed physical therapists, thousands. Not one time have I heard someone cry, physical therapist. Money over morals, June 7th. This comes out, New York Times comes out. He met with 67 women over 17 months. Where there's smoke, there's fire, dude. That's a ton of women. 66 women. I'm 44 years old. I haven't even seen 44 physical therapists. I've seen maybe 4. Okay, you're in the NFL, cool. Well, then you get into the whole NFL thing of like NFL teams pay physical therapists on their staff. Why didn't he go through the Texans? Or did he? Is that why Busby wanted to bring in the Texans into this, which we're going to talk about in a second, because I think that was a precursor to settlement. June 8th, 2022. Busby releases a statement that his law firm's going to add the Texans. So this is June 8th. Remember, today's August 1st. So basically 2 months ago, Busby, ace up the sleeve, pulls out, goes, hey, you know what? I'm going to sue the Texans. So if you're the Texans, what do you want? You're going to call up Watson, his agent, and be like, hey, guys, we got to settle this shit. Money over morals. So what do I think? Why did I say what I said at the beginning, that Watson getting suspended 6 games is like Jeffrey Dahmer getting probation? Because everything in my experience of being a lawyer, the leaked video deposition testimony of Watson, the statements Watson has made, even his lawyer made that statement, right? Like, hey, let's remember getting a massage, blah, 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 happy ending. Come on, man. You said that on the radio? That's an admission right there of what Watson was doing. And he was asking these women to do. So 6 months is a joke, man. A year would have been a joke. Is that the message that we're sending to the kids? These young football players? Hey, don't worry about beating up your girlfriend. Don't worry about sexual assaulting people. I get it, man. There's no criminal complaint, but it's bullshit. I don't care if it's criminal or not. Criminal, the burden of proof is ridiculously high, right? As it should be. So does that mean O.J. Simpson's innocent? I mean, he didn't get convicted. Then he lost the civil suit. Because the standard in a civil suit is you got to prove it more likely than not, basically 51%. On the criminal, it's beyond all reasonable doubt, meaning beyond all reasonable doubt. If you have any doubt, then you shouldn't go. Okay, I know that's not the standard for the grand jury, but it's still telling. So, and you look at the comparison, man. So Roethlisberger, 6 months for 2 women accusing him of sexual assault. No depositions, no criminal charges, nothing. If you remember that, go back and look it up, man. It's not a very hairy situation. Ezekiel Elliott, 2017, 6 games, physical force against his girlfriend 3 times over 5 days. And you're telling me everything, no matter what camp you're in about Deshaun Watson, that 6 games is sufficient? It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. And I don't think this is the end of it. Why? Because Busby's a slick Rick, man. He's got an ace up his sleeve. And, you know, he used the tactic of bringing in the Texans, allegedly, or arguing he was going to. 2 months later, less than 2 months later, we have a settlement. You don't think that he might have some more accusers? Now, who knows? Maybe in the settlement he had to sign an affidavit or swear under oath that he had no more accusers and this was the end of it, according to his knowledge. Maybe. But now more accusers might come out of the woodwork, right? You had some women come out of the woodwork after Deshaun Watson made statements in the media that he had no regrets. So now when they see this, you don't think they're going to take that as a slap in the face? Come on, man. It's bullshit. Money over morals. What do you think? Comment, share, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you.